Yo, and hello, everybody. Mike here, baseball collector. That's Jeff.
What?
That's Pete.
What's up, guys?
We
Jeff
expect
from
Ty to
Jackie.
be joining us
Yes,
soon.
yes. The three musketeers, the three amigos, are not three at the moment because we're waiting for Ty of Break Your Culture, of course. But I would like to be the first to say Happy Father's Day to all the hardworking papas out there and single mothers, as I like to say earlier. I feel like they should also be able to celebrate Father's Day. Hey, 1 second. I got some noisy dogs. This is about to go on my end. In 1 second.
I'm going to be here all by myself.
Sorry.
Well, maybe not all by myself, because now we're going to Ty on.
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
So I was going to tell the story because my voice is more raspy than usual. And it sounds like I'm sick, but I'm not. Man, I had a heck of a weekend, dude. First of all, happy Father's Day. I mean, that too. And yes, we are live. So,
oh my gosh, guys! So sorry, I had to. Hey, Ty.
Hey,
I had to jump out of here. I'm home alone with our sleeping baby, and our dogs were barking at something, and they're right by the baby's room. It's like this is going to go sideways quick. So I know everybody tuning in really cares about what's going on with our barking dogs and babies, but hey, man, I just like to keep it transparent.
are you drinking coffee at 8:30?
Man, I can drink coffee and go to sleep. It's kind of a curse and a blessing. Actually, I don't know how that is a blessing. It's a curse.
Unbelievable. Well, I am drinking a Voodoo Ranger IPA.
Well, now you're talking. So we should just talk about this up front. But Mike is vocally challenged tonight, but there's a story behind it.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
So Eric's wondering over here, do I have it? No, I don't have COVID. It's not a COVID problem. So I was supposed to be this past week, I was supposed to be in Ecuador on a mission trip with our son, a group of dads and sons. We go every 2 years, and on the other years we take our daughters. So that's something we just do all the time. And so instead I just said, I'm going to take the week off and see, I'm going to have this weird voice all night. And Julie and I went out to the ranch to spend the week out there because I was supposed to be off anyway, kind of, in my own brain. So we go out there and we have a great week. And then Saturday morning, we go out. Where'd Ty go? You didn't even want to hear the story.
Disrespectful.
I didn't even start the story hardly, and he's already gone.
You only got Peter Brady once during that story too, man.
Golly, I don't know there he is. Okay, whatever, right? So Saturday morning, I go outside. We take Norman out, our dog, who is a little Yorkie kind of mixed dog, city dog all the way, right? So we're nervous as heck about him being out there, and we go outside in the side yard and look back, and the back one of the gates is open into the pasture area, and there are hogs there, feral hogs out there.
Oh geez.
Norman sees them and just like a rocket is gone after them, barking like crazy. They're grunting. And those hogs are not kidding around. They will turn on a dog and kill a dog like instantly.
Yeah.
They are not afraid most of the time. Well, Norman must have put the fear of God in them because they're taking off. This group of hogs. Norman's chasing after him. Julie gives me this blood, because I'd gone around the corner of the house to look at something. Julie yells this blood-curdling scream. I can't even do it because I can't talk, but just this loud scream. Mike, get over here. Norman's chasing after some hogs, and I saw the hogs running off. I saw Norman chasing. I'm like, oh, crap. I am in a T-shirt, boxers, and barefoot. And I take off after him, running as fast as I can, which is not fair. And, I have cactus all over my property. And have you ever heard of horse crippler cactus? They're like these little cactus. They come right out of the ground, and they've got you. They're called horse cripplers for a reason. You don't want to step on one
because they make your voice hoarse.
Maybe. So I'm taking off after Norman, running really fast. I know we're supposed to be talking about baseball cards, but this is
much better.
I'm in. You've got me.
You hooked, don't I? You want to know what happens in the story. So we're running. I'm running. I'm like, Julie, get the Polaris, which is a UTV, utility vehicle. You know, I'm like, go get that and come out there. And I'm running. Our place is pretty big, and I'm running to the back corner of the property barefoot and half naked, screaming at Norman. And I hear in the bush, you know, it's like there's some trails, and then it's very wooded and dense in some areas. And he's off in one of these, and I hear him barking. I hear the hogs grunting. I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm terrified. This isn't like happy. I'm like excited about this. I'm terrified because Norman's, again, a city dog. And so we go out. I can't find him. I can't hear him anymore after about 5 minutes of looking.
Oh, geez.
Screaming his name. And Julie finally gets out there. Mind you, I'm still half naked. And I'm trouncing around in this stuff, talking to him, hollering for him, nothing. Looking for him, nothing. Hour and a half goes by. Hour and a half of that. And me going back and forth and driving around on the Polaris and going and actually getting some shoes, putting on some pants, coming back out to look for him. I mean, we, at that point, about an hour and a half later, we thought he was gone. We called our kids and told them, Norman's gone.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. Because you don't, the vast, and it's not even our property. The properties we connect to go on and on. There's no houses. There's no nothing. We could literally look forever and not find him if we can't hear him. And so we come back to the house. We're literally crying and just going, we don't know what to do, you know? If we can't find, we can't see him, we can't get where he is because it's so dead. He's gone. I mean, there's just nothing to do. And I go inside, and Julie and I are hugging, and I'm like, I'm not giving up on him. I'm just not. And so I put on my real hiking shoes, and like, I'm ready just to go get nasty, dirty, and don't care. And I go back out to where I last heard him and saw him. And I was out there maybe 20 minutes. I saw this rustling in the bushes. I'm like, Norman. And it was a rabbit running right by. And I'm like, you're really cute, but you are not what I'm looking for. And I've been yelling this whole time. Norman,
dude.
Imagine doing that for 2 hours, at this point. It was 2 hours. And I hear a yip off in the distance over our property line. So our property line has barbed wire on it, separating the properties. And the property next to us is a public park, but it's like 300 acres. It's gigantic. And I hear him over there. I'm like, dude, keep going, keep yipping. I'm coming. And I crawl through the barbed wire, which is only about this thin. I am not that thin. And so I pry it up as much as I can, and I crawl through, and I'm ripping my shirt and my pants. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going for our dog.
Yeah.
Who we adore, and Julie just loves, right? So it's like our kid now, which is weird. I never thought. I mean, he's tiny. And so I crawl through there, and I keep going. I get to this creek bed, which is usually a dry creek bed, but it had stormed the night before. Jeff, it stormed Friday night, I guess.
Got nasty, yeah.
Really bad. And so it was just a mud thing. And I see Norman coming out of this thing. This is 2 hours later, and he comes out, and I see him, and I say, don't move, like, just stay right there. And he had yipped a few more times, and I'd gotten kind of close and yipping, like, and I don't mean like he's happy, he's petrified, scared, and he's shaking. And I go up to him, he's soaking wet. He's got burrs, like a hairnet of burrs all in his front. And I grab him, and he starts squirming. I'm like, dude, I am not letting you go. I don't care. I'm not letting you down, nothing. And I I was now disoriented. I didn't know where to go. Sort of. I'm kind of like, because I was following just the sounds and not really caring where I was oriented wise. And I turn and I just start walking towards where I think our house is. I'm just walking. And I finally get to our fence line, which is nowhere near where the Polaris is, by the way. And I have to crawl through the barbed wire again to get back onto our property with Norman in my hands. I can't, I'm not putting him down. I'm just not.
Right. And
I walk, and I actually realize, well, I'm relatively close to the house. And I'm like, I'm just walking the rest of the way. I don't care. And I'm walking with him. And I get to a barn gate we have about 300 yards from the house. And Julie sees me coming. And I said, I yelled out to her, I got him. And she looks at me because he wasn't moving. He was just sitting there. And she goes, is he dead? And I said, no, he's okay. And she sprinted at me. I gave her Norman, and she ran back to the house because he's just, a mess, just a hot mess. And I'd literally sit there, basketball players during free throws, the hands on the knees and they're just winded, that was me. I was just sitting there. I'm like, and I just couldn't believe I found that dog. I couldn't believe I found him when I shouldn't have been able to find him.
So is he okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just dirty.
Dirty. We spent the next 2 hours cleaning burrs out of his fur and giving him a bath.
Wow. I mean, compared to the alternative, that is an amazing story, Mike. Man,
what I didn't know,
big dog lovers here too, so yeah, I would have done the same thing.
What I didn't know and I was going to be out there till I needed to be, till I couldn't walk anymore. But what I didn't know is Julie had been back at the house while I was out, and she didn't know I had found him because I had left my cell phone there because it was at like 8%. It was about to die. Couldn't even call her, and she saw buzzards hovering over the park where we thought he might be. Which is why I ultimately found him. And she's scared that he's already dead. The buzzards are coming to eat him. And the gate blew open in the storm, Eric. Eric's like, close the damn gate. Well, yeah, that would have been great if the storm hadn't blown it open. Now I have a lock on that gate, by the way, so it will not open. And I mean, Julie and I are just so relieved and crying. I go get the Polaris. I come back. She's got him in the sink, cleaning them up. And it was just one of those horrific yet wonderful stories that happened. And now I again, yelling for 2 straight hours just took it out of me. So it was, that was fun.
Dude, what? That is a wild story, man. I'm happy.
Made for Disney movie right here.
And if you ever come to our place, which it would be more likely that Jeff could, since he's not that far, and I'll take you back there, and you'll see, you'll be like, how did you find that dog? And I'll go, I don't know. You'll be like, there's no way. And I said, I crawled through all of that, and I'll show you what I crawled through. And
oh my gosh,
man, it was totally worth it. I ruined a shirt and a great pair of pants, work pants, but I can buy another pair of pants, and
Norman owes you big time. I mean, is he able to repay that?
Yeah, he told me Happy Father's Day today, so that's good.
Yeah.
Why is Norman not in this conversation right now?
Where
is he at?
You know what? I should go get him. Hold on 1 second. I'll go get him. So hold on.
I'm expecting a standing ovation for Norman's entrance.
Hey, let's talk about sports cards real quick before he gets back.
Hey, Ty, how was your Father's Day? By the way, Ty, is it public knowledge how many babies you have running around there?
Babies. I have 6 kids. Yeah, six kids under 12 in the house.
So I would like everyone tuning in right now to know that Ty is not just a father. He is a father to 6. And Ty is a young dude to have 6 kids. You're a hero. You're a man amongst boys. The rest of us, I have 1. But did they do something special for you?
There's Norman. Hey! He's bigger than I thought he was.
He's kind of drugged up. Julie gave him some Benadryl because he obviously got into a bunch of stuff, and so he's kind of out of it right now. Yeah, I pulled him from the bed sleeping, but
he's looking good, man. You would never know he went through that.
Proof of life right here. Proof of life. So here, I'll take him back to bed. Come on. Oh. All right.
Bye, Norman. Have a good night.
Yeah. All right. Come on. I'll take you.
Oh man! So what?
My kids bought me a, which is fitting, right? Because we have six of the next 8 weeks we have baseball tournaments.
Oh man!
So my kids bought me a little 4-wheel trailer to cart all of their equipment around in.
Very appropriate.
Like, Coach needs to be able to carry stuff in style, so that's what they got me.
Oh, so how many of the teams are you coaching? 2.
I coach both my boys' teams. 12U and 10U. Yep.
Well, wait. Was there a tournament last weekend?
Mm-hmm.
How'd that
go? Third. We got first, third last week, and then we got second this weekend.
Nice.
It's been a good string of tournaments.
Okay, so let's take a turn and get the ship going back towards the sports card talk. I wanted to see if I figured I'd just throw it out there to see if anyone had any pickups this week, and I would love to know if you did what you got your hands on. And I have a couple to show myself.
Ty, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. I got it today actually. My boys and I we grabbed some Bowman. I have some Bowman in the house, and we said, you know what, let's just open until we get ourselves a colored auto and our first Bobby Witt card. So we got a couple Bobby Witt cards, and then we got a I'll show you here real quick. An Everson Pereira green auto, which I thought was pretty fun.
Nice.
Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
and I love those green borders.
I do too, man. But we're trying to build a Bobby Witt collection. That's who the boys really like for the Royals. So we're going after Bobby Witt. Unfortunately, he's a little expensive.
Yes, I see. Well, so how deep did you have to go into the boxes to get the
four retail boxes? So only about $500 worth to buy a $10 card. But it was so fun, man. We had a great time. It was a good reprieve from getting away from our tournament loss. We kind of ran away those baseball cards.
Do both of your boys collect?
They do.
I know we talked about this, but okay. And that is
one's a baseball guy, one's a basketball guy, and the basketball guy's a Mizzou Tigers, and so he's a Michael Porter Jr. fan, which is also an expensive guy to buy. The other one's a Royals fan who wants Bobby Witt.
Not bad, but hey, two good investment. Sorry,
that's right.
My word. Yeah. Two great players to collect. Mike, any pickups this week?
You know, I got a few things, but I got to save that for my video tomorrow.
Cliffhanger.
And you know, it's weird when you're out there. I don't really look at cards, and I barely watch YouTube when I'm out at the ranch. And so I've been catching up. Like I got home today, this afternoon. I've been watching YouTube videos of my friends and just people I'm subscribed to, and catching up and watching some of Ty's stuff. By the way, your recent video was awesome. I don't watch Jeff's videos when they come out, but
no one does. Have you seen the numbers?
I'm joking. So I bought a bunch of stuff today. I'm like, hey, it's Father's Day. I can treat myself a little bit. So I got a few cards today. Here, I'll show one of them just because it's a good one. And you can show your cards real quick while I'm pulling this up.
Hey, Ty, that's a great question. You have 4 daughters. Are any of them collectors?
The oldest is 6, and it wasn't until today where she's like, Dad, I'm ready to play softball. So I think collecting is very close for her.
Wait, do you have a pair of twins? There must be kids otherwise.
No twins.
4 under the age of 6?
No twins.
Oh my gosh, Ty. That is really impressive.
I don't know. That is a good question, though. Grant said a couple Project 2020 cards. Those count? Yeah, absolutely. Do those still count? Or have they fallen so far they don't count anymore?
No, that definitely counts. Okay, I'm going to start out with an oddball because this is something that I was looking at cards and I just randomly, if you find, I don't know, you guys probably do this, but maybe you don't. When I find really fairly priced cards, a lot of times I'll click to see what else that seller is selling because I'm like, hey,
all the time.
They seem priced reasonable, so let's see what else they have to offer. Well, I stumbled across this, and I don't know what happened, but it caught my eye, and I was like, what a cool classic display piece is. I think this is early 90s. The Jordan Wheaties box, still full of gross Wheaties at this point in time. This was $15, and I think like $5 for shipping. So while it's not free, for about $20, like what a cool display piece. So this was, sorry, I got to do this backwards. This was my first purchase of the week. My wife thinks I'm gross buying old cereal, but whatever. I got, again, I'm going to act like I'm the only person that does this, but I'm sure there's a lot more. Eat for views. Eric, yes. I like where we're going with that. I've started collecting Topps gold Kobe's just from different years, and I ended up getting 2 of the 2007 gold Kobe's in. These are out of, 2007. And I don't know, because obviously if there's 2,000 of them, it's not rare, but there were a lot of the base produced, so it's more rare than the base. I just love the way the golds look, and I just feel like instead of buying everyone's golds, I should pick a player, and Kobe is that guy right now. And speaking of Kobe, I don't know, I posted this on Twitter, and it kind of took on a life of its own, but last weekend at the Dallas Card Show, it was like the first big card show we've had since the quarantine. They had a really good turnout. Mike was there. Mike had a great recap. If you haven't seen it, go to the Bench Clear videos and watch Mike's recap on the show, because he totally did it justice. I bought a box of 2012-13 Panini Brilliance there. It was random. I'd never even opened Brilliance before, but it was a nice looking box. It was very fairly priced. They had great prices, by the way, I thought of the show. I didn't know what to expect. I just figured people would be, trying to compensate for not doing any shows and have bad prices. I don't know why, but that wasn't the case. And so I got this box, and I opened it up, and I pulled this Kobe Auto.
No way.
Out of 199. And it's on card, and it's just freaking beautiful. Sorry about the reflection here. It's my one and only Kobe autograph, and I pulled it out of a pack.
That is awesome.
And man, I was jazzed up. It was kind of late. My wife was getting ready for bed. We were turning everything down, and it was one of the last packs in the box. And you can go to my Twitter, my Instagram if you want to get a better look at it. But man, it is beautiful. It's a great looking autograph. The card's in good shape. And I don't know about you guys, but when I just open a one-off box here and there, I rarely hit anything big. I have to buy several boxes to even have a shot at it. It's a numbers game. So I rarely open one box and hit something big, like one of the biggest cards in the set. But man, it felt good. It was great. And for it being my only Kobe auto ever, what a fun time to get it. So yeah, that was cool.
Are you saying that I didn't get it graded? Is that why you got it in a card saver?
I may, but I just put all of my cards in a card saver that are nice. That either a penny sleeve or a penny sleeve and a card saver, and this one got the upgrade. Yeah.
So here's a question for you. Would you rather eat a bowl of those Wheaties right there, or chew a 1983 Topps piece of gum out of the pack that you made me chew on your show?
Well, I've done the 83 gum a lot, so I feel more comfortable doing that. It's gross, no doubt about it. If you haven't tried it, it disintegrates in your mouth. Hey, Julie.
Hi.
Hey, Julie, I'm happy to hear Norman is good. We heard the story. That's scary stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
No.
Mike's my hero.
Yeah, Mike needs you to be his mouthpiece right now, because
mine too.
Ty's like
so I would definitely do the gum over the early 90s Wheaties. I don't think I could eat it.
That's fair.
And I bust into it, and all of a sudden it's not as cool of a keepsake.
Now everybody's wives have to come on the show right now.
Hillary.
Come on. You're not
What
allowed.
would be funny is let our wives do a live stream.
Yeah.
Seriously, would that not be like, would y'all like to see that? Y'all put a comment down below or put it on there. If y'all would like to see the three wives of the Bench Clear family talking about whatever they would talk about. It might be home decor and we might get, it might be the most views on the whole channel that we ever get is that.
It should be.
Views.
I'm gonna see if I can con my wife into coming in and saying hello.
So what was I going to say? My pickups now compared to your Kobe are going to look worthless. Like,
well, dude, that's a special pickup. That was just very lucky.
how come you can't pull something like that when you're opening boxes on the package?
You know what? Here's the thing. People actually ask me, why do I post the rips where I don't pull anything, which is 50% of the time, where I don't pull anything huge. And I feel like I have an obligation to show a realistic view of opening packs and opening boxes. And if I just showed the boxes or the 5-pack lots where I pull the biggest rookie, like, people are going to think that happens. Like, that's not realistic. And I just feel like it sounds silly, but I feel like that's kind of irresponsible. By the way, guys, it's my wonderful wife, Hillary.
No, just dropping off some calamari.
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
All right, Ty, you got to make it happen, man. What you got?
really sweet of you.
You better send a text right now.
I'm doing it. I
Guys,
gotta do it.
calamari.
Behind every great man is a great woman. So
100% agree.
So we got a good question here. I want to talk about this real quick.
Let's
This
do
is
it.
from Eric. So whether intentionally or not, Jeff,
Yes.
there's a lot. I think there's a big movement towards Topps Gold. Baseball, forget, doesn't matter the sport, because even though it's to 2000 or whatever the year, that's still scarce relative to a base card. And so there's a lot of people that are collecting a lot of gold rookies of different players, again, across different sports, because you have a known print run, a known quantity, and getting a Gem Mint 10 or, getting it graded or having it raw or whatever is a great way to go. I know how many of these there are, and there's not implied scarcity. There's not artificial scarcity.
Right.
There is a fixed number. Whether you think that's scarce or not is not the issue, not the important. And that'll only get more and more scared. Every year they're adding another number, right? Next year it'll be 2021.
Sure.
I just think that's a great thing I think you're doing it, again, whether intentionally or unintentionally, that's a smart thing to do, is what I'm telling you.
I have this, I don't know. Let me see if you guys agree with me. I think sometimes super limited cards, maybe it's a gold out of 10. Sometimes they're too limited. Like that's people want that card. But I feel like sometimes if the print run is a couple of hundred, that puts enough of the card out in the population to where people truly go after it. It seems a lot more obtainable than a card where there's only 10 in existence. So it almost makes it more popular, in my opinion, if it's more attainable. Now, I don't know if that holds true for everyone, but that's just something I've seen. Sometimes I feel like where there's enough of them out there and enough collectors have some, they're more, I don't know, there's more interest behind those.
But you want that combination of rare and yet affordable.
Yeah.
Right? If you get really low print runs on cards of hot rookies, they become, the average collector gets priced out of that market quickly versus a gold, which is still a parallel. It's very popular. They always look, not always, but most of the time they look really cool.
Looks slick.
And it just, again, you want to have that combination of, I want to be able to, if I'm going to collect these, I want to be able to get them, throw a number to 25 or less, or some 200 or whatever. It's harder to get or more expensive. It's not that you can't find them.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just think the golds are a great way to go.
Thank you. Hey, Eric, by the way, I think Was it you that I saw on Blowout who posted a bunch of 2018 gold optic LeBrons? Was that you? I thought it was Eric, but
He has a ton of them.
it is a beautiful card, and whoever it was had a page of like, I don't know, 9 of them or something crazy. Was that you, Eric, or am I losing my mind?
I think it was Eric. Do y'all? Oh, that's a good question. Let's just answer this. Then we should give
What's up,
something.
Mark, by the way? I just saw Mark's in here. Awesome.
Shouldn't we give something away?
Yeah. Heck yeah. Follow.
Let's answer that question though. Foo. Foo was asking. Yeah, we are going. We're gonna have a booth.
Planning to, yes.
The bench clear booth.
And so the most important thing is we want the bench clear booth to be like the hangout for all of the friends of our shows. So like we're building a community here, and we want you guys to be able to have like a home base of sorts. If you know, where you want to meet up, where we're going to be doing live shows there. There's going to be a lot going on. I mean, that's still evolving. Like we want to put together a party that is not set in stone yet, but that is something we're going to be throwing around, that we might sponsor a party or throw our own party one of the nights there. So would you guys be interested in a bench clear party if we can put something together?
Of course they will. Who doesn't want to come?
I guess validation.
So last year we did a YouTube community hangout that me and Eric was one of the guys, a guy named Blue Jacket 66. We all kind of co-hosted it, although we didn't do anything other than spread the word and invite people. And basically it was open invitation. Whoever wanted to come could come. Everybody got to see. It was not only YouTube content creators, but fans of the content creators who came just to meet everybody. And it was a great time. I mean, just so much fun. We did that on the Thursday of the National, right after the Tops meet and greet, or Tops Q&A or whatever, you know. And it was, yes, we need to do that and have everybody, you know, just invite everyone and make it open, and yes. See, Ty is already shaking.
It's happening, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun.
So we'll be there if there is one. It's still up in the air, obviously. And
I mean, when are they going to have to commit? It seems like obviously things are evolving, but at some point in time, I feel like they need to either commit or just cancel it, right?
Probably end of September, early October would be my kind of.
Yeah.
But as you saw at the show that you went to, Jeff, the Dallas card show, it was, at least my experience was, it was relatively normal to other card shows I've been to.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing was, I went on Sunday. You went on Friday, right, Mike, during the day?
Yep.
Everybody I talked to at the show said Friday was the busiest day.
Really? That's
yes. I would have guessed Saturday, but no, everybody unanimously said that Friday was a busier day than Saturday.
Ty, how was your wife showing up?
What's that?
Check this out. She brought cookies to me, warm cookies, and she's in her PJs, and she won't come over here.
Dang. Well, I swear.
Get her on next time.
We're going to get them to do a show to talk about a wife's perspective on the hobby.
That would be it.
I mean, Julie and I did that way early in my channel. I did a cardboard, I can't remember what it was called, the wife of a cardboard junkie, and what, you know, kind of her perspective, and I'd asked everybody to give me a bunch of questions for her, and I asked her all these questions, and it was great. She was a great sport. So, and I know Hillary's not shy in front of a camera. So, Ty, it's on you, man.
Well,
we'll take care of it.
Okay. Maybe we start it out as we'll all be on camera at the same time with the wives, and then we can just say, "Hey, you guys take this for a bit," and then we can split, and they can take over and have fun.
Let's just let him run with it. Who cares? What's the?
I'm totally fine. I'm just saying. I'm trying to grease the wheels a little bit here, and I don't know. I don't know if they're as likely to actually start and end the show without us being involved at all.
Agreed.
Okay.
I'm willing to take a shot.
Why not?
Oh, they said by October, by the way. Crazy Kev. There you go. Website says by October they'll know.
All right.
Interesting. That seems late.
You want to see the card I got?
What's that?
I haven't even shown the card I got this week.
Yeah.
But see if I can even find it now. So
you guys,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
No.
I was just gonna say, before we stop talking about the show, did you guys see the dates? It's a really awkward days. It's
Saturday through Tuesday.
Saturday through Tuesday. So, is anybody going to be there Monday and Tuesday?
Probably not Tuesday. I'm leaving Tuesday or Monday night or something.
Same
I can't
here.
remember when my flight is, but
That's my thought.
I don't know. Let me show this.
I'm trying to get it in before the end of the year, but
Oh,
dude,
it's a terrible picture, but this is what the guy had on his eBay list. Is that better or worse?
yeah, that's good. Yep.
So that was his eBay listing picture, but I'm really working hard on the 59 Tops Hall of Famer run, and I'm under 10 cards now. So now I'm just please just have them show up, and buy it now prices are just crazy most of the time. Right. So this was an auction and I won it tonight. So I was happy to death to win.
What'd you pay for that?
$70 shipping, tax, kind of all in, which is
nice.
Very fair. For any maze is good, and it's a high number and all that. So,
what was the base set? Was that a 500 card set? The high number is how 5 to what?
Well, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Back then, cards were released in series, and so early in the season, series 1, throughout the season 2, 3, 4, and different years had different numbers of series. I don't know how many off the top of my head 59 had, but the high series was always in the fall when kids are starting to think about football and all this. So when you say high number, it simply means that, and Topps has rekindled that idea called high number in modern stuff. But back then it simply meant the last few 100 cards or so of a set that were released at a time when nobody cared about baseball cards. So they were purchased less and therefore more rare. So it happens to be that maze card is a high number card. So, which makes them all more expensive. The 52 Tops high numbers are crazy expensive, just crazy, even for a no-name common. So, we're getting some good questions. Let me see.
48 Bowman basketball did the same thing. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Bowman did the same thing. Bowman did that through all their baseball runs too. They had series as well. The 55 Bowman, it looks like that, the TV.
Yeah, television.
So the first series had a dark border, and the second series, whoever printed it or however they printed it, has this light colored border. So anyway, there's all kinds of goofy little things that I can't remember to take out the trash, but I can remember all this stuff about baseball. I got a question from Ruben here. He says, Mike, of your Perez Steel Hall of Fame autograph postcards, what was the hardest to find? Hank Greenberg was the hardest to find. And again, none of them are hard to find. There's still a bunch that are way harder to find that I don't have because guys died shortly after the set was released. So there's very, very few of them. But in terms of the ones I have, it'd be Greenberg. Here you go, Ty. Here's a question for you. Who were your favorite players as kids and why? It's really for all of us, but
Good question.
You're saying that because I'm the closest to being a kid? Is that why?
yeah.
Who are your favorite players, Ty?
I grew up collecting 3 players. I grew up collecting George Brett, obviously, right, as a Royals guy. Drew Bledsoe, NFL cards. Still have a crazy Drew Bledsoe collection. which is kind of funny. And David Robinson for the Spurs.
The Admiral.
The Admiral.
Really?
I have a decent David Robinson collection. Yeah.
That's great, man.
So there you go.
How did you become fans of Bledsoe and David Robinson?
I was a quarterback in middle school, and so I loved watching Drew Bledsoe play.
Oh, I remember.
Gravitated towards his arm. Yeah. And David Robinson, he was one of the most like vocal Christian basketball players, and so I gravitated towards that.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
He was, man. He was a real stand-up guy, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate the George Brett. My answer would be George Brett, of course. If you grew up within 10 hours of Kansas City, you're a George Brett fan. But
On cue, like just name a player. I'll just literally go. I'll just read and pull them out.
Okay, so George Brett was the obvious, and Bo Jackson. Well, he was on the Royals. And then my kind of oddball was Mike Greenwell. I don't know what it was, but I love that Boston Red Sox team with Boggs, Greenwell, Burks, Roger Clemens, Jody Reed. They were just really fun to watch.
Giraldi.
Yes, they the best mustaches in baseball, and I don't know what it was about Mike Greenwell, but he just I love that guy, and his rookie was right around, a really great window of time for collecting. So he was my kind of non-linear player I followed. Then basketball, I loved Clyde Drexler. Of course, in Kansas City, you don't have a pro team there, so you can kind of pick and choose who you want to root for. And then football, man, football was kind of all over the place, but I really liked John Elway, which is odd because he used to beat our Chiefs. And because I guess I didn't mention it. For anybody that does know, I grew up in Topeka, Kansas, so about an hour outside of Kansas City. Now I'm in Dallas, which is very confusing. Okay, so Elway and then Dan Marino. I don't know what it was. Like you, Ty, I loved quarterbacks, and they were just two quarterbacks that I used to watch play against our Chiefs a lot and, dismantle them. Yeah.
Well, for me, it was since I'm an old man, y'all may not even know any of these players, but for baseball, it was Buddy Bell, and he was a third baseman for the Reds, and Jim Sundberg, because I was a catcher, and Jim Sundberg won like 6 or 7 Gold Gloves, and that was a big deal because the Rangers sucked so bad that we didn't have a whole lot of things to hang our hats on. Basketball for me, it was Rolando Blackman growing up.
Nice.
Rowe, just huge Mavs fan. Again, I remember in '86 when we went to the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers, and they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson, and like there's no way Rolando Blackman, Sam Perkins, and Mark Aguirre should beat them, and they didn't, but they pushed them, and it was just great to see that. And then they sucked until Dirk came along. Thank you, Dirk. Which great Dirk pulled, by the way, Jeff, the other day.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, and now they've got a really strong team. By the way, we need to go see a Mavs game, Mike. If you're down, I love the Mavs games.
We need to invite Ty down, but
Do
you still have the seats next to Cuban? Do you still have those tickets?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sponsored by Pat Geek.
Exactly.
All 200 views sponsored.
I heard Cuban wants to buy the Bench Clear Media Network. He's big into media, so I think he lowballed us though at $2 billion, and I said no. So I didn't even tell you, Ty.
That's funny.
It was such a low offer at $2 billion. it wasn't even worth it. Then in football for me, it was Emmitt Smith growing up, and because I grew up I watched the Cowboys all through the 80s and everything, and they were okay then. They weren't winning Super Bowls like they had in the 70s. But then when the 90s teams came along, Emmett was the man. And I love the triplets, Irvin and Aikman and Daryl Johnston and Nate Newton. I mean, the team was stacked, right? They could have won even more Super Bowls if Jerry Jones hadn't fired Jimmy Johnson. But don't get me started. That was it for me growing up. Did we miss like 18 questions when we were?
I'm sitting there looking at them all like, dang, everything.
We did miss some good ones. Hey, I was gonna ask you guys about any hobby news that came up this week. Anything you guys can think of? I know. What did PSA say? Somebody's trying to get rid of their board of directors at Collectors Universe or something like that. I don't know. I shouldn't throw that out there without remembering exactly what the story was, but I think one of a big investor in Collectors Universe is trying to kind of uproot the board of directors there and maybe clean shop and hire a brand new board. But I'm sure somebody else in the forum here knows. But did you guys hear anything about that?
I didn't. All I know is their stock's been killing it.
Well, this guy or gal, actually, I don't know. Thought that their stock should be like quadruple the price that it is currently if they were to, bring in a new board of directors. So interesting stuff if you're a Collectors Universe investor or just a PSA enthusiast.
I feel like the headlines the last 2 weeks have been about, random cards like the LeBron. You got the Connor McDavid. You have some others that have been selling for over 100K. Zion. Blowout offering 500K for the 1 of 1 RPA.
Yeah, I think it's 600 now, isn't it?
It's like we're well into the six figures now for certain cars. It's like what just happened? Did I wake up from a nightmare? Like
so stupid. Yeah, I heard the Zion, the one that sold for 99 grand or whatever, didn't get paid for or something. Does that sound right?
Well, the one went for 98, and the email that the seller got, I want to say it was Leighton Sports Cards that was selling that. I believe I could be wrong. Somebody leaked the email that they got on eBay. The seller leaked the email that he got, and I have a copy of it, but I wasn't sure if I could put that out on my Twitter. But the buyer, of course, said something went wrong, and like my kid hit buy it now or something, on a $100,000 card. Of course, you just let your kid dork around with the computer. But yeah, so, had some super lame excuse and said they weren't going to pay, which, the big Zion cards, unfortunately, have had a really bad track record of people actually coming through with a payment on those. But that one went crazy. Like, I don't know what fair market value is for that, but I feel like that's higher than where it should have been.
There's no fair market value anymore. That's the problem, right? Nothing's fair.
Ludicrous speed.
Crazy Kev's right, man. You get the Pujols black labels up for 130K. Like that, people are just trying to take advantage of the situation. And by the way, he also mentioned Long Gone Summer. I just watched that a couple nights ago.
Was that the McGuire?
Excellent. Oh my goodness, that was so good. Sorry, tangent.
There we go.
Oh yeah. I'm much more of a McGuire fan now after watching that. I was during that season, the 98 season, but man, that he is a cool dude. I like him a lot.
How you were alive in 98? That's impressive. I didn't.
I sleep on a pile of 1985 Topps rack boxes, so I'm excited to hear that this might be affecting those prices a little bit.
You keep getting asked the question too. What's your favorite junk wax pack?
Oh!
I didn't answer this.
I'm sorry, guys. My favorite junk wax is easy. 1989 Series 2 Pro Set Football is painfully underrated and underpriced right now. I can still buy boxes for $25, and it's got Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas, Deion Sanders, Aikman, all of the big rookies from that year, and it's still like a $25 box. And if you go to the pop report, a lot of those cards in PSA 10 have a lower pop report than the 89 score, which is of course what everyone looks at as the go-to card for that year of football. But I think at some point in time, I feel like the Pro Set Football is going to do a optic versus prism basketball. Come on, where it's going to gain on the go-to. So that is my
You're defeating the purpose of junk wax.
yes.
It's not an investment product. It's junk wax.
I think I love it because I still feel like you're getting all these massive rookie cards in there for $25 a box. I would consider that junk. At that price.
Is that the one where Barry Sanders is in? Barry Sanders is in the Oklahoma State uniform.
He is, yeah, he is. They're college unis, but no biggie because it's still the NFL product. That's what I got. And you know what? While I'm throwing out there, 89 Donruss baseball is awesome. Of course, you got the Ken Griffey, and I love 89 Fleer. What else do we got? I love 92 Donruss with the elites coming in. 92 Donruss baseball. I could buy this stuff all day long if I had a place to store boxes like that.
Wow.
Eric, they stopped printing yet. That's funny.
So, are we going to give anything away? I heard we had a trivia question for a giveaway.
I got a few things to give away over here. I got another 2020 Bowman retail box for somebody. Got plenty of these. I got some optic packs for basketball. If you want to give those away, Jeff.
Yes. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, optic basketball?
1920 optic. Yeah,
Can
optic.
you just send this to me for my channel, or do we need to give this out?
There's probably something good in here, so I don't want to give it to you.
Okay. I got trivia this week, guys. I know last 2 weeks ago, whenever we did this, I didn't come prepared, so I put something down. Okay, guys, here it is. In 1986, Bob Horner hit 4 home runs in one game. Who was the next player in Major League history to hit 4 home runs in one game?
And this will be for the Bowman box. We'll give away, since it's a baseball question.
Oh, good call.
I hear the Googling. Who's Googling faster?
Thank you. Oh, New York Yankees fan 7.
Jeez, that was quick. That was super quick. So, guys, September 7th, 1993, Mark Whitten of the St. Louis Cardinals went yard 4 times versus the Reds. That was maybe way too easy, but yes, we do have a winner for sure. New York Yankees fan, hey, Ty.
Yep.
Can they email you for that box?
Yep. It is New York Yankees fan, right?
Yeah, that was really quick.
And he's got an amazing collection, by the way. His channel, he shows some really sick stuff. So
Awesome. Shout out.
Yep. Email me at ty@breakerculture.com.
And he barely edged out Otto Olson, who literally it was timestamp at 9:24 p.m. too. But we've got to go with the person that's on the top.
Yeah, I get it. I see New York Yankees fan 7 first too, which he says he doesn't want a prize. Well, then don't answer the question.
Well, that's just showing off, right? Okay, well, hey, if he's giving it up, then we have a second place.
Give it
that
to the
was
next
Otto Olson.
We'll give it to Otto then. Otto, I guess. Okay, and New York Yankees fan 7 says give it to the next guy. So Otto, you get it, man.
That was nice of you.
So Otto, send an email to ty@breakerculture.com.
Otto Olson. Cool.
So when we're at the National, Jeff, I've had some requests privately on some texts here that you signed some autographs for them. So
I sign an autograph.
they want you to do an autograph signing. So
I'd be happy to sign anything. I want you guys to know it actually decreases in value if I autograph any T-shirts or someone else's card. But I'm happy to do that. Happy to deface whatever you have with my autograph that looks like a 5-year-old wrote it, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I'll work on my autograph between now and just in case.
Do you want to give away, Ty, the packs individually, or do you want to just one lump sum to everybody?
What do you guys think? I only have one NBA question. If you guys got a couple,
I have another NBA question, but
how about we split them in half? We'll do 2 and 2. I got a contenders and optic. We'll do a contenders and optic twice.
yeah. All right,
Nice.
Solo packs.
you ask your question first.
All right. What is the average NBA salary right now for players? Average across the board.
$142 million. No, I'm not eligible to win, by the way. So you know the answer. Average NBA.
Don't Google it. Come on, it's no fun.
7 million.
We'll give it to the. You got to be within 100,000. How about that? We'll give it 15
Put
seconds.
the correct answer in the private chat. Can't hide money. $750,000, Ron. By the way, Ron, thank you for the Happy Father's Day. Everybody, Happy Father's Day. If we haven't said it,
Yes.
we've said it a little bit, but a lot of people are joining in as we stay live here.
Can't hide money.
Somebody's close. Oh, there it is. Todd Richardson.
Oh, good old Todd. Googled it.
Nailed it.
I like it.
That's the exact answer, Todd.
Eric, can we confirm?
Yeah, Eric's our.
God bless Eric. I'm grateful he tunes in because he's a very reliable moderator.
Well done. Yeah, 7.7 million is the average. Isn't that crazy?
That is
Crazy. Anyway, what other NBA news have you guys heard? Hobby news. Anything pop?
I've been chasing a dog all weekend.
successfully, I may add.
So also on my channel tomorrow, I'll give a preview. I have, the Project 2020 stuff still going, and I know everybody's so sick of talking about it, but I got a resolution to my case on that return when I did my rant last week, and Ty even talked about my rant in his podcast or whatever. It was like, I listened to your podcast, Ty. They're really good, by the way.
If you haven't heard Breaker Culture's podcast, listen to Ty. He does first-class interviews, and he's got great analytics. So if I can toot Ty's horn, definitely check it out.
Dude. Thanks, guys.
But, yeah, I got a resolution to that, and I'll be sharing that story tomorrow.
Positive or negative? Oh,
good.
boy.
Good for the other guy.
Oh, no.
But I got the card back. So
I would gladly admit to Googling.
Out his eBay in the chat.
Say that again.
Do we want to out his eBay address in the chat so we can all go block this guy?
No, I think he's douchebag.com or what. I don't know.
Taken. Sorry.
There you go. Email ty@benchclear.com. Here's my question. You want my question for the other combo pack of optic and contenders?
You want to? Yeah. Do it.
So earlier I was talking about the Mavericks playing the Lakers when I was a kid in the conference finals. That was actually 1988. How many games did they play in the 88 conference finals? It was when the Lakers beat the Mavs in how many games? That should be very fast. Guess the right answer. No, nobody's getting it. Everybody's looking up the 1988 Western Conference Finals. I'd said 86, but I was wrong. It's 88.
Oh, we got a lot of numbers.
Eric Perry. It was 7 games. They pushed the Lakers, the great Showtime Lakers, to 7 games. Eric Perry won that one. So are y'all seeing the same thing? I guess Eric's our 3 games. There's a 7-game series, so it couldn't be 3 games. You'd have to at least win 4. You could sweep in 4. But that was a good try.
Congrats, Eric.
Yeah, 7-game series.
So I'm going to do a little tease because I'm going to be doing another giveaway here either next week or the following week on my Twitter. And you have to be subscribed to the Bench Clear YouTube page to be eligible. So guys, if you haven't already, please do that. I'm going to be giving away this box of Diamond Kings hobby box. Man,
Nice.
yeah, so that's pretty cool. I think you're guaranteed 3 or 2 autos. 2 autos or memorabilia. So we all know that's no guarantee. But there's a fair chance you can get 2 autos out of that. So make sure to be looking for that. I'm sure it'll get retweeted on the Bench Clear Twitter if you aren't following me on Twitter. But to be eligible, you have to be subscribed to the Bench Clear YouTube channel. So, guys, we're still trying to build this, as we mentioned last time. Like this is something brand new. It's scary for all of us because we literally just left our own YouTube channels behind and went under one umbrella. So we're hoping you guys will come along. It's awesome to see so many familiar faces in the chat here. So thank you for that. We really appreciate that. And it's brand new. It's brand new for the hobby. It's brand new for us. But without you guys, we can't do it. So we hope you will support it.
Real quick, it's ty@breakerculture.com. Clear.us. I want to be clear. Yeah. So for those that won, just shoot me an email at ty@breakerculture.com.
We're still working on our Bench Clear emails.
We have them, but just it's benchclear.us. But just to be consistent. Yep.
Well, so hey, speaking of Bench Clear, Ty, is it true that we have our first sponsor for Bench Clear?
It's true. Yeah, we've been working with StarStock last month.
Are we able to talk about that now?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, right? Because it's one of those things where we kind of saw them. We reached out to them kind of in conjunction of them going live. And we're all going through our own eBay experiences thinking, man, we need some other alternatives, right? And I think they're doing some cool stuff. So we just say, hey, man, can we partner up? We think we could help you guys out. I think you guys need to get your name out a little bit too. So if you haven't, I'd be curious to know what your guys' feedback is on StarStock. I mean, honest opinions, if you haven't checked it out, it's a rookie-only marketplace where, in terms of the platform, I think the platform is bar none probably the best so far that's come out. Is it sophisticated enough to handle a majority of the hobby coming their way? I don't know yet, but I think they're doing a pretty darn good job of kind of facilitating an actual a marketplace that is geared towards the way the collector thinks. So I know StockX kind of went down that path, and I think that's already kind of being kind of pushed to the side. You go to StockX.com, you can't even find the sports card stuff. You have to type in a sports card. But I feel like StarStock is doing something pretty unique. So I'd be curious to know what you guys' opinion is.
I will say this. So and this is total transparency. When we first started talking to the folks over at StarStock about doing a sponsorship for the network, both Ty and I were like, hey, in order to honestly tell people that this is a place they should go check out, we have to do it ourselves. So we both sent cards off there to sell. I literally sent 11 graded Luka rookies, Prism, red, white, and blue. Not his biggest card by any means, but a decent card, a fun card. I sent them 2 weeks ago. I didn't know quite how to list them, so there was a week lag time between when they put them on the site and when I actually went through and added pricing to them. But from the time they were priced up until this week, I had sold 6 out of the 11, and I put pretty ambitious prices on them, not crazy, but fair comps with eBay prices, and they sold 6 out of the 11 sold, and they take 5% when you take your money out of there. So it's less than what the eBay cut is, the eBay PayPal cut. So that was really impressive. I was really impressed by that, and that's been my experience so far. So, and as they grow, as their inventory grows, like you're able to make offers on cards you see in there, but it's like Ty said, it's all rookie cards. Right now, they've got a ton of basketball in there, which is pretty cool. But if you're a seller, I highly recommend checking it out because, you know, your cards are going to be some of the early inventory in there. I feel like they're going to get a lot of attention as this site kind of picks up steam. And with that also said, as a buyer, go in there and see if you can find some deals because it's definitely not picked over right now.
So I looked at it. And my question would be, and I know Ty, I think you're talking to the owners soon.
Correct.
Can I solicit some questions for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, like, how would you compare that to like a COMC?
Yeah.
Or, you know, what are they trying to do? First of all, I didn't even know it was all rookies because I went on there and I'm like, where's all the vintage cards? Like, all I'm seeing is all this modern, you know, super ultra modern stuff. And I'm like, you know, that's kind of not my gig. Norman decided to come in here. But by the way, if y'all want to hear a great Norman story, watch this from the beginning tomorrow on your way to work and you can hear the great Norman story from the weekend, which is why I can't talk. But back to StarStock, it's, you know, great if you're a modern guy and you like that kind of stuff. The interface seems very simple.
Yep.
So I kind of dug that, but I'm just really
yeah, I'll have to let them answer that, right? Because I'll have that whole crew on for a string of shows on the Breaker Culture podcast. But I would say that it'll probably be an answer along the lines of we realize the sports card market has trended towards this investment mindset, and there needs to be some sort of financial marketplace type platform to handle the transactions and the look. You can see charts live, right? That I don't think ComC was really set up to handle. And so I think that was maybe the way they approached it.
Yeah, because they'll only have certain sets and certain cards that you can actually send in, right? If you send in a 1990 Fleer Jose Uribe, you know, it's not getting listed.
It's not going anywhere.
So,
yep.
Again, that's an interesting idea. And look, I don't think you can have too many marketplaces. I think that creates competition. I think it creates opportunity. Because we all know the problems with eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I've documented it well from a seller standpoint, what can happen. And, you know, that's not everybody, it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens a lot with hot cards. And that's the problem with rookies, right? If you're dealing with rookies and, you know, some basketball player, not right now because there's no sports, but he breaks his leg, you know, and you'd already sold that card the day before, you know, a person could come back and say, I don't want it on eBay, and you're stuck, you know, sold it for X and now it's worth half of that or whatever.
Yep. Look at that comment right there, right? I mean, Reese ND, Card Ranger. He had to sell a Saldine Griffey 4 times. 4 times to sell him. That's what we have to go through. Like that just can't happen. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's silly, and eBay just doesn't care. That's just the truth of it. Connor McDavid, is that your bed pillow that you sleep with? Or?
This is my wife's Conor McGregor pillow, actually, but he made that background. But that I've got the Albert Einstein pillow, you know.
Yikes.
Random combination of pillows, but why not? But yeah, somebody had asked about the Conor McGregor.
Both geniuses in their own right.
Okay, so thank you. Okay, so we've been on here for a little over an hour. Why don't we touch on what you guys have coming up this week in terms of episodes? I know Ty, you said you have. Is it an interview with Scott from StarStock?
I do. I have a 3-part series with Scott coming up. Yeah,
awesome.
2 episodes coming out this week, and I have a new series on our YouTube channel. Yet another new series, crazy card charts, and a new series that I'm not going to talk about yet. But it's coming out. Almost done being edited. You'll like it.
Mike, what about you?
I'm going to be having probably a couple of mail day videos. I'm going to start doing some more deep dives into some sets as I start completing some Hall of Famer runs in kind of a new series. And I love doing showcases and stuff like that. I've got a few players I want to do showcases on, and man, I don't know. I'll put out a few videos this week. Everybody will see them. Stay tuned.
And I would like to say Mike has convinced me to start doing episodes on people in my PC. So I agree that it's been a while since I've shown it. I can't think of the last time I showed my collection, actually just showed that outside of social media posts. So I am going to do some episodes about like an episode dedicated to certain players in my PC and show a bunch of cards instead of just opening packs. So we might open a pack at the end of it or something just to keep things on brand, if you will. But this week, I've got Tracy Hackler from Panini on with me, and we're opening Chronicles football, which, man, Chronicles to me was such a sleeper last year, and at least Chronicles basketball was massive. It is the most rookie-heavy product that I can think of out there, and Chronicles football is the exact same way. So it was a lot of fun to open. So hope you guys will check that out on Wednesday.
I can't wait to see your PC, dude. I know I've personally seen a lot of your PC, and it is sick stuff. And
Thank you. Well, it's constantly evolving, which is one of the reasons I told Mike I don't show it that much, because I'm constantly like trying to trade up for things, and it's just always in flux. I don't have the consistent PC that Mike has, where if he shows a card today, a month from now he's going to have that and another one. Mine might be gone and it might look completely different. So.
Ty, I told him that's what people want to see. Not everybody's like me. People do have those revolving PCs, and I think people want to go on that journey with them. Don't you think, Ty?
I know I do, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
Well, thank you, guys. Hey, man, this is fun. We're just so you guys know, we're going to try to do these Sunday night weekly recaps as often as we can. We obviously we all have families, and it's not always easy to hop on a Sunday night, but I always have a blast. I think Mike and Ty have fun, and we love the interaction with you guys. Like, it's so fun doing live and getting questions that we can answer right at the top and have some giveaways, make everybody fun. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate all of your generosity, because that is not product that Ty was given. That's literally product that Ty is just generously giving out. So thank you for doing that, brother.
Got it.
And we love you guys. Happy Father's Day to everybody, and have a wonderful week.
See you guys.
See you guys. Y'all have a good one.
See you later.